Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel 3 Dash. So today we are going to model a very simple design. So here you can see this is the design that we are going to start today. So this is a very simple design, but most of the things is based on sketches only. So we have to start with the correct sketch inside Autodesk Fusion 360. So let's get started. So I will just open my Fusion 360, and here you can see by default I had a drawing file open. It is not saved yet, so I will just click on the save here, and I will give it a name. Let's give it a name of design 002, and I will click on save here. If you don't know how to save and how to arrange your data inside Fusion 360, so you can go and watch my uh, workshop that I had did for Fusion 360. I had did 5-day live workshop on YouTube, so all the recordings are there. You can go and watch and learn about the basics of Fusion 360. So here we are. Here you can see we had just saved our design. The next thing we'll check our unit system of units. So you can see our system of unit is millimeter, so it is correct. So the last thing we have to make sure that our design history is turned on. So the icon here shows that our design history is turned on. So now we are completely ready to start our design. So I will just open that design file and will check. So here you can see this is my design, and this is the thing that we are going to do today. So there are multiple radiuses, and here you can see, and so we'll try to sketch this thing first. So we'll start in Fusion 360. We'll click on this create a sketch icon here, and then we'll select our plane. This top plane is a sketch plane, so I will click on that, and here you can see the sketch plane is active. Now I will turn on the origin. I will activate this tool and click on the plane to go to normal to that plane. So here you can see we are now normal to that plane. Now I will turn off my origin for the better view. So here you can see. Now I will check my sketch. So what are the radiuses here? So here you can see we got multiple radiuses, like the center line of this small circle. The radius is 26. Then we got a radius of 22.5, 17, 14, and 11. So I will make all these circles first. 26, 22.5, 17, 14, 11. So I will create few circles here. The first is 26, then the second is 22.5, then one is 17, then other is 14, and then the one more circle is of 11 millimeter radius. So here you can see most of my circles that I had drawn is I had provided the diameter, right? Whereas in my image we can see that all the things we got here is a radius. So I think we have to modify the things accordingly. So I will just change it to radius now. So I will just change it to radius. I will write 52. Maybe diameter will be 52 if radius is 26, like that. So I will double everything. So it's 45, and it's 34, and it's 28, and it's 22. Here you can see. The next thing is in the image itself we can see that the outer line that is of 26 millimeter radius is just a center line, so we'll convert that to construction line. So we'll select the line from the option here. We got a option to convert any line to construction line, so I will just change that to construction line. Here you can see it is just a construction line. Now this line is only for reference, it is not an actual line. You can see the next thing what we'll do, we'll divide the circle in a part. So for that I will just draw a horizontal line like this. I will make sure that this horizontal option is active when I am drawing, and I will click on the other part of the circle. Now I want this line to be passing through the origin, so I will use this coincident constraint here. So I will activate the constraint. I will select the line and the origin, so the line will come to the origin. Here you can see I will change this line also to the construction line from here, just by selecting the line and activating this tool. So the line has been changed to construction line. If you don't want to change it to construction line, just select it again and deactivate the option from here. So this way we can change any line to construction line or get it back, like that. So the next thing is that I will draw lines at 45-degree angles. So here you can see we got four circles at four corners of this complete uh, perimeter. So what we are going to do, we are going to draw four lines at 45-degree angle to get the position of the circle. So we'll start from first line. So I will select the origin, then this point here, then I will specify the dimension between this line and this line. So here is the angle, I want this one 45, so I will keep it like that. uh, okay, sorry, I will write 45. So here you can see I have to keep this dimension here. So this is the point. Again, I will change this line also to construction line, because there is no actual use of this line. I had just drawn it for the reference. Now we have to draw a circle here. So I will draw a circle here, some circle. I will check out the diameter of that circle. So the diameter is, from here you can see it's radius is 2.5, so definitely the diameter will be 5 millimeters, right? So we'll dimension down, it is a 5 millimeter. So here you can see. Now we got four numbers. Here you can see we got four numbers of the similar circle. So we'll do that. Before that, we'll also draw the outer circle, that is radius 6 millimeter. So the diameter will be 12. So I will be drawing that circle also with the same center, and I will dimension that as a 12 millimeter circle. Okay, so we are ready with this thing up to this point. So we'll select both the circle, and we are going to pattern it along this perimeter by 4 number of times. So we'll select the both the quantities by pressing shift on my keyboard. I will be able to select both the objects. Then I will go to here, create, and then we got the circular pattern option here. I will activate this one. Then here you can see the object is automatically selected, since I had already selected by pressing shift on my keyboard. Then I will specify the center point. So I will activate this and will select the center point. This is my center point. And now it is giving me a preview that since we had provided 3 number of times by default, but we can change it to 4 because we need 4 number of times, right? And we'll press OK. So here you can see we had created these circles also. So the next thing is, since we had created these circles also, and so the now what we have to do is, in the image itself, here you can see the outer radius is 22.5, right? So I think uh, so this is the that cycle, right? Okay, okay, okay. So I think we are almost ready with the thing. The only things we have to apply few cuts and few fillets, right? So we'll trim down the unnecessary areas. So we'll activate our trim tool from here, and we'll trim down these unnecessary areas. So you can see these areas we don't need, so we'll trim down these areas like this. Here you can see how easy it is. Just trim down the unnecessary areas, just drag on the areas, and you will able to trim. Now the next thing is that at the corner here you can see we got a radius of 7 millimeter, right? So before that, what we have to do is we have to provide some dimension to make it more constrained. So we'll just provide the dimension to make it more constrained. We don't want the things to be messed up, right? And I think we have to connect some lines also to make it constraint. I'm just trying to make it easy for you. That's why I'm providing so much dimensions. So don't worry about that. And I will change all the lines to construction line that I had just created. Here you can see. And now I will have to provide dimensions also. So I will write the angle here is 90 degree between these two lines. Okay, it is not allowing me to put unnecessary dimensions. So it's okay, no problem. Okay, so I will apply the, I'm just checking that what are the things I have to provide. So I am just trying to move. If I am able to move, I will apply the constraint. So I will apply the concentric constraint between this circle and this circle. Here you can see. And also we have to apply this constraint and this constraint between these two things like this. So this way we can do this. Here you can see we also have to provide the dimensions here like angle, and we also have to provide the dimensions here like angle. Since we are not able to provide, no problem, so we'll provide the diameters. So here you can see I'm just putting it is automatically checking the radius. So wherever the radius is necessary, it will give me a radius, and wherever the diameter is necessary, so it will give me a diameter. So don't get confused. Every time you have to be very careful that you are using the correct dimensions. Don't ever get confused with the radius and diameter. So make sure that you are taking the right one, right? And the next thing is I have to apply this constraint with this line also, and also with this center, right? Okay, I'm able to move, so I will apply the constraint from here to here like this. And we also want this point and this point to be constrained. I think the diameter is missing here, so I will provide 45 here. So, okay, we'll write 45. Okay, okay, so I can see in my sketch that most of the things are constrained now. So the next thing is that we have to apply some fillets on the corners, I mean on these corners. So the radius there is 7 mm, right? So we'll just activate my fillet tool. We'll select the points. I will select all the points at once, and at a single shot we'll provide our radius. So here the radius is 7 mm, so I will write 7. I will press enter. So here you can see our sketch is prepared, right? So still you can see the sketch is not constrained because since we had applied fillet, some of the things has been moved, and now nothing is constrained, right? So no problem. It's at least we are able to achieve our sketch, right? So for now we'll click on this finish a sketch from here, and here you can see we got our sketch. Then the next thing is that how much height we need. So from here we can see that we need a height of 3 mm, right? So we are going to extrude this complete portion, but we'll keep a center hole here. So we'll make sure. So I will activate my extrude tool from here. I will select the profiles like this. So here are the profiles. I will give it a height of 3 mm, and I will press OK. So here you can see I'm able to create my profile. So the next thing is that I will again turn on my sketch from here. So the next thing is that we got two more extrusion heights, right? Like 5.5 mm of this area, then 3.5 mm of this internal area. So we'll do that. We'll again turn on my sketch and will turn off the body for now, and then I will activate my extrude tool from here. Then I will select these two areas that I want to extrude. Then again I will turn on my body back. So this time I want my extrusion to be start from the face of this plane, right? So you can see in my in our image this height is 5.5 mm from the face of the 3 mm height extrusion, right? So we'll follow that. For that we'll instead of starting plane from profile plane, we'll select it as an object. Then I will select the top of this object as a start plane for the extrusion. Then I will give it a height 5.5, and here you can see it is just starting from the face of the plane, right? So it is correct. I will keep this operation as a join and will press OK. In the similar way, again I will turn off the body. I will activate my extrude tool. I will click on the internal circle that I want to extrude. I will turn on my body back again, and this time again start plane I will select it as object, and I will select this top as object, and I will specify the extrusion distance. So I will check my image. So here you can see it is 3.5 now. So I will just write it down 3.5 here. Here you can see it is just extruding from this face of the this object, since we had specified that object, right? And we'll keep the operation as a join and we'll press OK. So here you can see if I turn off my sketch from here, this is what I got. Still we got few more things to do, like we have to provide a fillet radius over this corner, that is radius of 1.5 millimeter, right? So we'll go to the image, we'll check which corner. So this is the corner that we have to apply the fillet radius of 1.5 millimeters, I mean 3 millimeter in diameter. So we'll activate our fillet tool, and I will select the edge along which I want to apply my fillet, and I will specify the fillet amount as 1.5 millimeter radius, and we'll press OK. So here you can see, here we got our design we had just completed using the tool, and this is how you can also do this thing. So if you here in the design history, you can see we got just multiple steps. So most of the things was completely dependent on the sketch that we had created, and then few extrude tool and just one fillet tool, and we are done. So it was pretty easy. So if you like this video, then just press like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.